So we're going to talk about the beer cocktails. Now, there's not really a master recipe for the beer cocktails because they vary extensively. You're going to have beer cocktails that are just two different beers that are floated on top of each other. And then you're also going to have cocktails like our Michelada, which is sort of like a Bloody Mary with beer. So let's get right to it. Today we're going to be using our 20-ounce Pilsner glass.
What is the 20-ounce glass? Do we have one?
We can use the 16-ounce just for the.
Mixing glasses like 16 ounces. So that's the biggest one.
You need like one big one.
Oh, what do we need? What kind of glass?
Why don't we use a Hurricane instead?
Where
Just
is
so
the
we can-
Hurricane?
There's one back there. Oh, there's a Pilsner glass up.
I see it.
There we go.
That's 20 ounces?
that's not-
There is no way.
No, that's
not
That's 12.
Yeah,
There
we
is
should.
no way that's smaller than a mixing
That's,
glass.
that's 11.
Yeah, that's gonna fit the
I
bottom
have
of
that
that
glass.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're gonna.
Well, let's pretend.
Do you want to use the Hurricane glass that's big?
No,
back
that's
there?
a Hurricane. Let's just stick with the beer.
Okay.
It'll look better in the video.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be using our 20-ounce mixing glass. We're doing a stir and pour method. Our recipe is kind of like a Bloody Mary, which we'll go over in our another section of the book here. But so started out with 2 ounces of tomato juice.
Where is the tomato juice?
We can use the cranberry, the red.
Works for me. So
I would make that. I would make that in a mixing glass first,
Okay.
and then because then you can add ice and stir it aggressively, and then add the beer. Like put that into the Pilsner, and then add the beer.
Okay. All right. So grab our jigger first thing here. This is a nice jigger to use. You get to all your different measurements in the single jigger here. So you have your, on the big end, you have your 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce. Flip it over, and we have a 1/2 ounce, 3/4, and 1.5 ounces. Okay? We're using 2 ounces, or 1/2 ounce of the, no, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. 2 ounces of the tomato juice.
And we're gonna put the measuring device above.
Yeah. You're going to put your jigger right over top or right next to, however you're comfortable, your mixing glass, because you don't want to have to, have it almost full and pick it up and be
Right.
all jittery, so everything. So right over top and then right into the glass.
That looks
Okay?
horrible.
What?
This is why we film. When you film, you see everything, you know.
Oh, God.
So we're gonna be inspired to make changes very
I
quickly.
don't know how to make a tomato juice though.
So we putting your ingredients right back because you don't want to have a messy bar. So 2 ounces of your tomato juice, 3/4 of an ounce of our fresh lime juice.
You can use the roses just for the color.
Okay.
The color's already gone, man.
Yeah.
3/4 of an ounce, right up to that second line. All
Right.
And then right into the glass. Again, holding it right above the mixing tin or mixing glass.
Put the bottle back.
Put the bottle
I
back.
put the bottle back.
And then it's going to be onto a 1/2 ounce of orange juice. So again, right over top, 1/2 ounce is the first line there. Pour it a little bit heavy, so just pour it right out. It's no problem.
Then you explain. You say when you pour a little bit too much, you just take it to the sink and you dump it a little bit, and then you have. Because you have to remember it like the first time they see everything.
What I'm noticing too is as you guys are teaching that these plastic jiggers are really easy to see when you're looking at them, but when you pour, it's very difficult. The reason I like the OXO ones is because they have little ridges, so as you're pouring,
don't
you
you
can
bring
see.
it?
So I think for next time,
We're
I'll
gonna
bring.
the jigger.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do another day of training. I guess you kind of see that.
I think the biggest.
There is this, there is that. Okay, so let's
That's one of
do
the biggest
orange
takeaways
juice.
I'm getting from watching you guys.
All right, there's our orange juice.
And
right
they'll
in
be
there.
able to see all of them, wouldn't they?
Which
like
ones?
when you give them how the access to the teaching.
We have
you
to
can see
decide.
what-
We're gonna put these as unlisted, so they're not gonna be able to
You
find
don't
them.
want these videos to get out.
But
No, but
The Bloody
basically
Mary
you
made
can.
with
They
the
want them to be able to see one another.
well, yeah, they're gonna have access. Like I'll just put them on my YouTube channel, but
Okay.
they'll have the links for them. And then once we do this for a little while, then we can start having. Once they get
Okay,
more
so let's
professional,
get-
we're gonna
okay.
put
so
them
then we have
public.
orange juice.
Okay, orange juice, and then we're doing a splash of soy sauce.
No way. You serious?
That's what I was
Yeah.
calling for.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't have soy sauce in our bar.
Not yet.
Can
It's
we
right here.
substitute?
What do you mean?
Us?
Agave.
What is that?
Does that work?
It's
No, it's
agave.
Oh, the sugar.
That's actually the agave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd go bitters maybe.
Yeah, bitters is the color.
Sure. Let's do bitters.
I love how the students take the label off because they think that it's a mistake when really that's how Angostura
Yeah.
is. We always
That one is
they
the real one.
they always get
No, no, that
OCD.
one is the real one.
The other one is
Oh,
the
this
real
is
one
new. Okay.
with a little dasher top as a pop off.
So how much of soy sauce? Half an ounce?
A splash, so just a dash
Oh,
of soy
that makes
sauce.
sense.
So
Thank God for
just
that. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
let's do another one.
There's a lot of Michelada recipes. I liked the soy sauce one.
Why is it called Michelada recipes? I think we need an explanation for that.
It's what you drink in Mexico when you're
So you say what you drink.
you know when you eat something hot and you're thirsty.
And you can't
It's-
really pronounce the
I
Mexican.
think you should
right?
explain that.
It started to
I
get
do.
really popular
So
in New
you should
York
talk
2
about
years
it.
ago.
It started to be
in
popular
the-
in
the
New York
summers.
2 years ago. That's what we're talking about. It drinks from people, and I didn't know.
Right, right.
So not everybody knows.
Miami, all they got are those giant oversized margaritas, and they put like 2 bottles of beer
I
just
love
right
that,
over
and
there.
people can connect with that. Okay,
Mhm.
I never would get one.
okay, and then
And then splash of Worcestershire sauce. Another.
that's a complicated drink.
Well, it's only complicated once, and then you memorize it.
Yeah, a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Yeah.
We need salt and pepper.
We need some.
pepper.
We should have a lot of salt and pepper over there somewhere.
We do or we should?
I'll check.
We should.
We should. You have
I
it?
know we have salt over there, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
one thing that bothers me about our salt is that we don't have kosher salt. It's a lot of it's iodized, and I'm afraid that students are thinking that's normal because that'll ruin your day if that's in your margarita. So
I'm not really a big fan of kosher salt.
sea salt.
Sea salt.
Sea salt.
Hating on his Jews?
Kosher salt just means it's pure salt. It
It's
doesn't
made
mean
that
like
way with sky, like down you that.
because we use it to get the what we use it for, the Jews. We use it. We can't eat meat if you're Jewish, if you're traditional, with blood in it.
I know.
We can't consume the blood of animals.
I know.
So we use the
that's
salt
why
to
I use
pull
that.
it out.
Ah.
Yeah. So the salt has to be pure because if the salt isn't pure, then the whole shebang is not kosher.
All right, so we found our salt and pepper. Let's do a little
Good.
pinch of each.
Worst tasting thing of all time. Bitters and cinnamon.
Bitters, cinnamon, bread, butter.
Same thing. Bitter cinnamon. Same thing. This is really, it's going to be huge. There we go. And then hot sauce of your choice. Little
Sriracha.
Sriracha, yes, that's sriracha. This is,
Yeah.
Sure, this is sriracha. And that's to taste. And little Angostura bitters.
Don't forget those.
I would never make that if it would be up to me.
Oh yeah, it's a hangover.
Nice.
It's a hangover.
It's delicious.
The bitters and the Maggi seasoning are optional with that. Depending on this is like a Bloody Mary mix. You can really personalize it a lot of times, but this is the one we're using
Yeah.
here for our purposes. So stir these together aggressively. We're gonna add our ice. You want to cover
Beautiful.
to make sure that you're
That
not
was beautiful.
spilling your ice all over the place. Grab your bar spoon and want to slide it in with the cup facing out.
That's perfect. Yes.
And then you're just going to spin it around. The object is to agitate it as little as possible. All right? And this is something that you'll get used to the more you do. It seems, and it is a little difficult the first time you start stirring in this fashion. But you really want to stir this together because that tomato juice is very thick. And you want to be able to get a proper emulsification.
You can even, for this drink, just like a Bloody Mary, you can roll it.
Right.
Because you can, mixing aggressively if you're stirring versus if you're just rolling it back and forth from the glass to the tin will do the same thing. But this is one of those drinks where I think rolling can be an option.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. So that's your stirring method. You can also, if you'd like, roll it, where you take your mixing glass
I
and
love
your
that.
mixing
Did you
tin,
see how we flipped it?
and
Yeah.
and you just into one, back into the other, Do that about 3 times, and you'll get a nice mix.
Yeah, tomato juice is kind of a weird hybrid because it's in between lime juice and lemon juice in kind of the mixing methods where if you don't agitate it at all, if you just stir it like a traditional drink, it's not going to emulsify. But if you agitate it too much, it becomes too frothy and it unbalances the drink.
Right.
So
Okay.
you've got it's kind of an in-between.
Okay.
Stir these together, fill with ice, and then we're going to actually put this right in our...
I think that one you can use. I don't think you need to ice the Pilsner down. I think you can.
What did I say?
just use the ice that we mixed
Yeah,
up, though.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I would do the same.
How are we gonna use the beer? What do we do? Zip from here and zip from here?
I would just pour it without ice and just use the beer on top. If the beer is cold and
But
it's
it's a
that's
22
chilled.
ounce Pilsner.
Well, depends
This
on the
is a
size.
22-ounce glass. So what are we?
I think
What
it's
is
on
the
the
drink
rocks.
calling for?
If it was a bigger one, I would use it on the rocks. Because the glass is smaller, this is a case where I would.
But how do? You pour it into the big glass and then you
pour
put the
that
beer on
first,
top.
and then you pour the beer on top,
So
and
do
then
you
you do
strain it?
you strain it into the glass.
Okay, so let's strain it.
So we're going to pick up our Hawthorne strainer,
Yeah.
put it right over top so that these little wings are catching the lip of the glass, and you're just going to put your finger over top of
Perfect.
the Hawthorne strainer so that way it's not going to fall into the glass while you're trying to pour. And just right into your
Okay.
Pilsner glass, and then you just top off with your beer.
Okay.
And because it's carbonated, it's going to mix right in there very well. It's going to lighten up that heavy tomato juice. It's actually a really nice cocktail to have.
Delicious.
And you take a
I wanna try
toaster.
this.
2003 Corona.
And is there a garnish?
That I don't think for this one.
It doesn't call for it.
No.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very good.